YouTube. Look at them lack of eyebrows. Anyway, look, we're working on it. We're working on it, Jade and Mia. Anyway, I noticed a while back that there's times when, before I had YouTube Studio, which I don't open very often on my phone, because I'm just like, anybody got time for this? Like, there's a setting on your videos with it, you potentially inappropriate comments withheld or what. I'm just like, what? Oh, they can be seen in YouTube stuff. Can we just stop it? I never asked for my shit to be censored. I want to see any and all comments, whether they're inappropriate, potentially inappropriate or not, because there's times when I learn something from somebody that says, man, you're completely fucked up. What did you, no, and then I'm like, what? And I try not to be offensive, but like, well, look, are you being offensive or are you being educated? Well, oh, all right. Yeah, I thought you were stupid, but if you're going to be cool, I'll explain it to you. And then I'm like, wow, I learned something. Thank you so much. Please allow all comments in my video. And is there a setting somewhere where I can make it so any video I upload has all access, all comments are allowed, because this is so annoying. And I'm like, I want to be told off if somebody feels like I need to be told off. And then I can block them if I want to. But I want to know what people have to... God, the censorship. And then people act like, oh, they're reviewing your comments. Maybe they're not reviewing their comments. Maybe YouTube is like, every time they upload, it's different. Sometimes all comments are allowed. Sometimes they're potentially held for review. Sometimes it's like, can we just stop it with all the nonsense? Life is complicated enough without having to backtrack and try to say hi to Frankie B. Flat, because almost none of his comments come through, ever. They only go through YouTube. Like, everything you say, Frankie, isn't potentially offensive. You're the least offensive person on my channel that says anything. And I'm like, they never let him say, once in a great while, he'll squeak through on YouTube and I'll say it. It's YouTube, let you comment. Anybody got any ideas? Let's have a great day. Beth is in surgery. They took her an hour early. Like, please, please save her toe. I mean, this is like, why she didn't tell me. Well, she didn't tell me because she's trained not to tell anything that's wrong, because then she's in trouble for having broke her toe. She dropped a cast iron pan on her foot. Nobody was here. And she's like, man, I seen stars. I was like, I guess you did. Surprised you didn't see Mars, actually. But what? Why didn't you tell me? Well, because you're busy. No! You're one of my best friends, and if you drop a pan on your foot, I want to know so we can fix it before your foot falls off. Anyway, she was in good spirits last night, and I serenaded her in the room and was busted by a nurse. But anyway, whatever. They didn't say anything. They're just really unbelievably kind of rude, as in not personable. And we're like, we're not bitching her. Remember, like, don't you think that her foot should be elevated above her heart? No, they got her crunched down in this bizarre looking chair that you can't adjust, and her hips like about to break. I'm just like, oh my God. Like sitting there for almost 24 hours in a chair. And the woman came in to lance her foot and do all that shit right in the room and left her there. She was in the emergency room for almost 24 hours. It's like, what in the world is going on here? They got people lined up in the halls. Nobody's with them. I mean, they're just against the wall. That's a hospital room now. Like a parking space. I'm like, they parked my daughter there. A couple years back when she passed out on the bus stop for no apparent reason. And I tell you, we were all like, what's going on? What's going on? You know what I think it is now? I think it's the thalassemia B. This is my oldest daughter. Because my middle daughter was like, Mom, I think my thalassemia B is fucking me up because I get like tunnel vision around, like sometimes because their oxygen level is so low compared to other people's because of this blood disorder. And I'm like, you know what? Because they never found a thing wrong with her. And I'm like, in hindsight, I'm going, hey, did I even say that back then? I wouldn't be able to roll back in my Messenger to the conversation because Messenger deleted me. So I wouldn't even be able to roll back to see that day. Because I remember I think it was around the time I had Georgie riding upside down in the car because she was so scared. And I'd pick my daughter up from the bus stop because somebody called me and said, can you pick up your granddaughter because your daughter was taking an ambulance to the hospital because she just went, boop. I guess she was overworked. These people need more sleep than the average bear. So anyway, I think they never came up with an answer and they just let it fucking go. Who passes out cold in the middle of the day for no reason? And they're not on drugs. They don't have an aneurysm. They don't have a, what? They're like, yeah, get on down the road, girl. You look all right. They probably figured, I don't know, maybe she was on some new fancy full street drug and they just didn't have a test for it yet. But she wasn't. She wasn't. You know, she wasn't. She's not into substances too much. I mean, you give her a drink and she's like, hee, you know. Oh my God, she takes a puff of weed and she's like, for like 2 days. You're like, she's not a substance user or enjoyer of any kind, really. She likes tea. How do you like them apples? All right, peace out, YouTube. Beth, you are in our minds, our hearts, our souls collectively. Girl, can you feel us? Are you out? Are we like speaking to Beth with our telepathy kind of thing? Like, ooh, we got you, girl. We got you, goddamn it, Beth. We got you. I'll see you in a few hours. I got to go do a haircut, girlfriend. Boo!